welcome back to the survival challenge, and I think we're on episode 12. I should have checked that before I started. Starting off with a little bit of forestry, I want to put in a second smaller field to plant some oats in the spring, but we're going to get it prepped now and then put some grass in it, because hopefully we can get a slightly higher yield for a silage cut. So a couple of trees to clear first, putting the smaller bits on by hand because maneuvering these trees is a pain. So as you've said, you've seen me do lots of forestry, so I think there's only a couple of trees we need to clear to get the area that I want to use available, and I'm not sure if I even bother selling these trees. I might just park the Unimog up with one trailer loaded up to save for more later forestry fun. We've got at least another one or two trees to take out, I think. I am getting bored of doing forestry, but we still have a bit to clear. We're well over halfway out through clearing the plot of land that we own, so we shouldn't have too much more to do, I don't think. I'm not sure why I kept that lock. I don't really need a measuring stick. I'm kind of guessing most of these because we have a little bit of leeway as to how we put the locks on the trailer. So yeah, this field is going to be oats in the spring because I think we're going to get some horses on here. Obviously need to raise some money to be able to do that, but a few more trees cleared and the trailers all loaded up, so it looks like we are going to head off to the sell point with all of this. I think would be sensible. Yeah, as I was saying, I want to get some horses on here. They are a long game thing, which this is going to be, and they have the potential to make quite a lot of money in the long term, so be doing that, and it gives me something different to do than cut trees down. Anyway, up at the biomass heating plant, because that's the best place to sell wood for us most of the time. And 8.5 grand for the first trailer full, and what's the second one going to be? Nearly 10 grand. That's quite a nice little payout. Right, let's make a field. We are going to be left with some of those horrible scrubby bushes on the headland area, which I'm going to take care of afterwards with the landscaping tool. Costs us a little bit, but it's worth doing because they're really annoying, and I kind of hate that I put them in. I mean that they were on the plot of land that we inherited. Obviously cleared a few more trees and left those on the trailer on the back of the Unimog. This is not a huge field, but horses don't use that many oats, so it should be plenty big enough for us to get going with those. I may end up buying them before we harvest oats off here, and we'll buy some to get us going. Horses still make a profit if you buy the oats. And I have had some interesting comments on some of the most profitable animal videos about maybe not feeding animals early on. And they can eat the grass that's in the pasture, can't see my air quotes there, until they're more mature, which is an interesting idea. I'm so used to real seasons where if you don't feed animals they die, versus seasons like where if you don't feed animals they just get a bit older and don't increase in productivity and value. So it's an interesting idea. I'm not sure I'll do it. I'm not sure I'm keen on that. I like to still play as if we had real seasons, in the hope that one day we might get real seasons. Pretty much ploughed this field in, so it's not the hugest field in the world. It's going to need some lime and probably some fertiliser. Like the other one, with having had grass on here that we've mowed, it will have some fertilisation anyway, and we've ploughed some grass in, so we will have a look and see just how much more fertiliser it needs. And it's quite nice now, we're a farm now with 2 fields. It's a real farm. Did not crash. Nope. You imagine that again. Your imagination is terrible, Alright, let's deal with these bushes. So I'm painting down grass, trying not to get the area that I've ploughed already, and then we're going to blow some money on putting some of the meadow grass back in, which is horrendously expensive, but I think it makes it look nicer. So time for a bit of lime. Hopefully we have enough left to cover this massive field. We should do. It's almost a one-pass job, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Not much more than one pass there. Just knock the working width down, save on some lime, and Then we're going to grab some fertilizer now. So I recorded a lot of these videos over the Christmas break, which is why there's no intro. So this was recorded quite a while ago, which is why I'm wondering where I'm going next all the time. But again, covering this fairly quickly and not really needing a lot of fertilizer to get it sorted. A deal came up on this Joskin trailer, so I'm buying it because it can take horses. Our old one couldn't, and it also has a better hitch, because it means we can probably hitch it to the back of the tractor if we need to, without it being stuck in the ground. So yeah, and we made a little bit of money on the deal. I think I wasn't paying attention to the cost of it, and I was going to repair it, but it's a trailer, so we don't really need to. I'm going to put, as I said, I'm putting grass in here to act as a cover crop, and I'm hoping that we should get a cut of grass off of here before the crop goes dormant. And that'll give us a slightly better yield compared to what we would have got off of this little patch of land. Yeah, and that trailer just popped up. I have a lot more mods installed on this save than I do on the Ravenwood save, because I need the deals. We're broke. So I have a lot of random mods installed, hoping that things will crop up in the sale more often that might be useful. I've never had so many tractors and trucks and things installed that, you know, normally the way I manage my mods is I add them into the specific mod folder as I want to use them, but on here we don't have that luxury. So it's seeding done, nice new grass field in. Just having a look at the contract options that we've got at the moment to bring a bit of cash in. We have a little bit more seed left. So I decided to take on, stupidly, this massive canola planting contract. It takes me a long, I wish I hadn't started it. You don't get to see very much of it because I'm not that crazy. I got bored doing this massively. It would have been something that I might have used Courseplay for, but I didn't. I did it all by hand. Luckily, we had just enough seed to finish the contract, so I didn't have to run back to the store. Canola doesn't use a huge amount of seed. It's a very rocky field, so it's going to trash our seeder. But we're done. Yeah, 3 litres of seed left in the seeder, which is pretty close, and 19,000 euros, which is why I did it. It was a nice big chunk of money and kept us going through all of that day. Next morning, and more trees cut down. I'm just going to keep working on clearing the tree off of this plot of land every episode until I'm done. And then I'm going to sell everything to do with forestry and never do it again. I may even get to the point where some of the not so nice trees to deal with, we just use the lumberjack mod to delete. But these trailers load up really nicely with decent logs. So, you know, the pine trees load up really well. That's a poplar, a large poplar, that loads up really nicely as well. It's just the other ones that are horrid to deal with. But we're going to keep working on it and get this plot of land all cleared off. Because it would be nice to get a few more fields in the springtime, get some more crops in the ground. We are also getting close to, or we are in harvesting season, so if we can get some harvesting contracts, we may pick those up still. Got my eye on one of the old John Deere combines that was released by Tide-Iron Modding. So yeah, might see a combine in the next episode, maybe. I haven't recorded it yet, so. And it was a long time since I recorded this. I have a feeling I pick up a harvesting contract after we sell this. But we're both in for it. All of us are in for a surprise. I'm assuming it's more than me and one other person watching this. That'll probably do for a load to take up to the lumber yard or to the biomass plant. Just checking the sales, nothing we really need in there. 13 grand for the first load and 6 grand for the second, and yet we are picking up a harvesting contract, which I will do next time.